Imagine your life is a burning house. It's not on fire from the outside, it's burning from within. Every insult, every unexpected failure, every red light that slows your day down is another match lit in the core of you. Reacting is like tossing gasoline on that fire. Quick, impulsive, and dangerous. You don't think, you just burn. But what if you could stop? What if you could step away from the flames? What if, instead of being consumed by the fire, you could stand outside it, watch it dance, and decide what to do next? This is responding. It's the difference between survival and destruction, between control and chaos. We live in a world that pushes us to react every second. A world where speed is worshipped like a god. You're in the middle of scrolling through your phone. You see something that triggers you, and your first instinct is to smash out a response. But that's just it. Instinct. Reacting is animalistic. It's primal. It's what you do if you were cornered by a wild animal. Marcus, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood this. He wrote in his meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He knew that the chaos of the world is outside of us, but the chaos inside, that's where we lose or win. Think about a time when you reacted without thinking. Maybe you got into a screaming match with a stranger on the road, or snapped at your friend for saying something you did not like. You felt the heat, the rush of blood, the fire burning. But what did that moment of anger solve? Did it change the situation? Probably not. All it did was make the fire bigger. Now let's slow down. Let's breathe. Responding is deliberate. It's not slow because you're afraid. It's slow because it's careful. It's thoughtful. The best responses come from that quiet place in your mind where you're actually thinking about what's happening, not just feeling it. When you respond, you own the situation. When you react, the situation owns you. In Buddhist philosophy, there's a term, shoshin, or beginner's mind. It's the idea that you approach each moment, each problem, with the openness of a beginner. A beginner isn't rushing. A beginner isn't jaded by experience. A beginner is fully present, curious, observing. Imagine your mind is this beginner. Every challenge, every irritation, every word thrown at you is just an opportunity to see, not to burn. You don't have to hit back. You don't have to defend yourself from every verbal bullet. You can just stand there and watch them fly by. Watch and decide what's worth your energy. You've heard it said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. This was Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the Holocaust. If anyone had the right to react with anger, with hate, it was Frankl. But instead, he saw the space between the things that happen to us and how we respond. It's a simple truth we keep forgetting. We don't control what happens to us, only how we respond to it. Take a boxer. He doesn't just throw punches wildly when the bell rings. He watches his opponent. He waits for the right moment. He knows that one placed jab is better than 10 frantic punches. The boxer's mind is a still lake, waiting, watching. Reacting is swinging widely in the dark. Responding is a strategic strike, clean and calculated. We're all fighters in this life, but the real fight isn't against anyone else. It's inside our own heads. The real war is against the part of you that wants to lash out, the part of you that wants to act without thinking. If you win that battle, you've already won the war. There's something else we've got to face when we talk about reaction and response: fear. Every reaction is born from fear: fear of being hurt, fear of being embarrassed, fear of losing control. When we react, we are trying to shield ourselves from the pain we imagine is coming. But responding is the opposite of fear. It's the calm acceptance that pain might come, but you're strong enough to handle it. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." Think about that next time you feel the fire start to rise inside you. You don't have to be the flames. You don't have to be the heat. You can be the still air around it. So, how do you train your mind to respond rather than react? Start small. Watch yourself. Catch that moment when you're about to react. Pause. Take a breath. Feel the heat, the anger, the frustration. But don't move. Don't speak. Let it pass through you like a storm. And when the sky is clear, then you decide what to say or do. The world will keep trying to provoke you. It will keep throwing chaos in your face. But you don't have to meet it with chaos of your own. You can meet it with stillness. You can meet it with a clear mind and a strong heart. And when you do, you would realize that the fire doesn't have to burn you at all. You can watch it burn itself out, and you'll be left standing without any burn marks. Thank you.